Welcome along to the first qualify session of Season 3 of the F.E.M.R.L season here at Sao Paulo, Brazil. We have an 8-minute qualify session as we see the first car coming out of the pits. It is reigning world champion in the number 1 Mahindra racing car. Livery Cabinet, the Jamaican driver, is on his out lap. As now we see another driver coming out of the pits. It is Envision Racing's Mr. F.E.M.R.L. Of course, last season he was a rookie at Agua Porsche, transferred from Porsche over to Envision. Tommy is coming out of the pits for Lola Yamaha Abt. There's Marcos Dunn along with Matthew Hart in the lovely papaya of McLaren Octagon Formula E. As we see Nissan and F.E.M.R.L Singh now coming out of the pits in the number 20. Enoch Yu is coming out in the TWG Andretti Formula E number 29 car. Verstio is out for Red Bull Porsche, and then Zygmunt for Alpine. Arnold Yu in the 25 Andretti is also out, along with Philip Williams in now number 41 DSAPX Penske Formula E team. Also, one big change heading into this qualify session is that Anton won't be racing this season. Instead, he'll be a reserve driver for BWT Alpine Formula E team. Replacing him is the Brazilian Victor Levi, who will be racing in his home Grand Prix of Brazil, along with the other Brazilian on the circuit, number 38 of Verstio. As we see Livery Cabinet crosses the line, he sets a benchmark time of 1:18.362 as he starts his flying lap. There is Victor Levi in the number 27 BWT Alpine, along with Suragi in the 76 McLaren Octagon Formula E. De Vries and Dr. Vries is also out on track in the Neon Born GP as Livery Cabinet sets the fastest Sector 1 of 17.612. Levi gets out the way for the reigning world champion as he's heading down Sector 2 as he is on his flying lap at the moment. Freddie Harrison, he's currently on his out lap, so is Riley Watson, who is 3-time F1MC champion, along with his teammate Cooper Ivey, of course his teammate in F1MC as well at McLaren F1 team. He's about to head into Sector 3. Has been held up by one of the Maserati MSG Racing drivers. I think that was Taralo Zigo. I'm not really sure, is that him or Yanis Dos Santos. Mr. F.E.M.R.L sets the fastest Sector 2 of 34.550 as Livery Cabinet is going to cross the line as he sets a time of 1:08.895. Matthew Hart now sets the fastest Sector 2 of 39.933. F.E.M.R.L crosses the line. He goes to second fastest with a time that is 0.930 seconds slower than Livery Cabinet. Tommy was momentarily in second, now has been beaten by Matthew Hart, who goes to a provisional pole position. Marcos Dunn goes up into 5th place. F.E.M.R.L Singh's time has been deleted. For track limits, he's only sitting 11th at the moment, 11.172 seconds slower than the provisional pole position time of Enoch Yu. Zygmunt was momentarily in second, now has been beaten by Arnold Yu. It's currently a 1-2 at the moment for TWG Andretti Formula E team. Philip Williams goes up to 6th place. Ollie Lowe goes up to 3rd. That's a really good lap from our Season 1 world champion. Here comes the British driver of Arthur in the number 5 Neon Born GP. He finished in 7th place. That's a really good lap by him, but Gabriel goes up to 3rd. Here comes Riley Watson to the line. Watson goes up to 10th place. Yanis Dos Santos goes up to 7th for Maserati MSG Racing Formula E team. Victor Levi goes up to 11th place. Here comes De Vries to the line. De Vries goes 14th place, 4 places lower than his teammate Arthur. Sonny De Zavara was momentarily in 19th, but now he's been beaten by Marcos Dunn. Freddie Harrison to the line. He goes up to 18th place. The two drivers are currently in the bottom. Were in the bottom with the two Nissans, but the Moldovan driver of Andrei Nizbezny goes up to 12th place as we see F.E.M.R.L Singh coming into the pits. There is the 37 out on track at the moment. Zygmunt comes in to the pits in this number 6 Alpine. Philip Williams in the 41 is also due to come into the pits. Freddie Harrison is currently out on circuit at the moment. De Vries is as well. Arthur, I think, will be coming into the pits now. And yes, there is the British driver in the 5 into pit lane, along with one of the Porsches. That was the Philippine driver of Gabriel. Arnold Yu is only sitting 0.03 seconds behind his teammate Enoch Yu, is currently out on circuit for an outlap. Saragi, the Honduras driver, is coming into the pits. De Vries is in as well for Neon Born GP. Freddie Harrison in the 31 is probably coming into the pits as well, as we see the British driver now coming into pit lane. Yep, he's in, as some drivers are out on the circuit or just coming out of pit lane, but both DS Penske's are currently in the pits. Livery Cabinet is driving quite slowly around the final corner. I think the reigning world champion will be coming into the pits. No, he's actually stayed out on track, so he's just slow. I think either he's on his outlap or there is an issue in that number 1 Mahindra Racing car, as currently he sits 9th place with his teammate Ollie Lowe actually sitting 4th place at the moment. Cabinet now gets past, I think, one of the Ripple Porsches. I think that was Versteo, who's currently sitting 20th place, which is not great considering the Brazilian topped the times in testing at Melbourne, and his teammate Gabriel is currently sitting 3rd. Matthew Hart is currently sitting 7th, just behind his teammate Saragi, who's actually on an outlap. Yanis Dos Santos is as well for Mahindra Racing. Livery Cabinet is coming round the corners. I think he is about to head into Sector 3. There is a McLaren that is currently on his outlap. He needs to get out of the way, as Livery Cabinet is currently setting his flying lap. Saragi does, I think that was Saragi, he's going to move out of the way for Livery Cabinet, who's rounding the final corner. Livery Cabinet is going to cross the line. What is the time going to be? He stays 9 fastest, no improvement for our reigning world champion. Saragi to the line as he starts his flying lap. As we now approach the final 40 seconds of this qualified session, Matthew Hart is going to stay in 7th place. Philip Williams is currently going to start his flying lap. Tommy going really slowly for some reason. Tiraldo Zigo is now going to start flying out as well. Adrian Izbeski as well for Nissan. Livery Cabinet goes up to, not Livery Cabinet, Mkar Singh goes up to 9th place for Nissan. Marcos Dunn in the Envision goes up to 7th place. He's currently 12 places higher than Mr. Finaziero, who's currently sitting 19th place. At the moment, De Vries is going to fly by one of the Nissans. I think that was Mkar Singh, as Yanis Dos Santos is going to cross the line and goes up to 6th place. The clock hits 0. This is the final lap for these drivers. Victor Levi crosses the line. He goes up to 4th fastest. Andre Nesbesny is currently rounding Sector 2. Saragi, the Honduras driver in the 76, is going to cross the line, and he goes up to 4th place in front of Victor Levi. Here comes the Livery Cabinet to the line. Cabinet stays 13th fastest, as Mkar Singh is currently rounding the final few corners. Matthew Hart to the line. He stays 11th, but he hits the wall. Tiraldo Zigo goes up to provisional pole position with a 107.542. What a lap for Cooper Ivy. He goes up to 4th place immediately, replaced by Arnold Yu. Andre Nesbesny is currently in 7th. Here comes Mkar Singh to the line. He stays 19th fastest. Verstier to the line. He stays 23rd. The driver who sets the quickest time in testing is only going to be 23rd today. Arnold Yu to the line. He stays 4th. As he now come to Yanis Dos Santos, the final driver who's on the circuit at the moment. The Cyprus driver in the number 2. His teammate's on pole. He's going to be 14th place. That is the end of round 1 qualifying at Sao Paulo. Let's see the times. Tiraldo Zigo in the Maserati MSG FE says the quickest time of 1:07.542. Then is Gabriel, Endel, De Vries, Arnold Yu, Cooper Ivy, Enoch Yu, Andre Nesbesny, Saragi and Victor Levi in his home race, and Ollie Lowe. Then is Freddie Harrison, Zygmunt, Arthur, Yanis Dos Santos, Malcolm Dunn, Matthew Hart, Sonny DeZavara, Riley Watson, Mkar Singh, Livery Cabinet, Philip Williams, Mr. Fanazio, Versteo, and Tommy. That's the end of round 1 qualifier of F.E.M.R.L at Sao Paulo. We will see you later today for the F2M JAC pre-season test in Spain as the International Monoposto Racing Association returns.